Thank you so much. So, in the process of making this book that you will soon see, we came across a German artist exploring collaborations with different sets of AI and creative tools. And we fell in love with the airy, painterly qualities of her work. Barbara Schussman is a user experience designer at the innovation agency Above and a part-time artist. With her works, Barbara seeks to expand the possibilities of abstract expressionism and explore the potential of AI as a catalyst for creativity. So apart from contributing 15 beautiful illustrations in the book, Barbara also wrote the epilogue reflecting on the process. And today, now, she'll take us through her experience of collaborating with AIs in her work. Please welcome Barbara Schussman.
Thanks. Thank you so much for this nice introduction. Right click. So today I will talk very briefly about the process on how I created the images for this book. So as Martin already introduced me, I would say, or I always say, I'm a designer by day and artist at night. And I'm actually working here in Malmö at the Creative Design and Innovation agency called Above. And in this very creative space, we are mainly working on future visions and also innovative concepts, which hopefully make it to the market in the next 2 to 5 years. And also, during our work there, and now even in our daily work, we even explore the possibilities of AI and how they can help us designing hardware and digital systems. Also, after work, some years ago, I started exploring technology called Stargate, as Marcus already introduced. I think it came up in 2018, where it had a peak where people started exploring how to replicate a lot of very famous paintings and artworks. And I was very intrigued by how can we mix up very different styles of art in order to create or to see what the computer or the AI will create out of it. And this was one outcome. So I basically had a lot of different abstract artworks, and the outcome were these very rough shapes of art pieces. But today I talk about the artwork I created for this book. So what was important for me to have the artwork relate to the content of the book. So I was reading through the first proposals I got, and I was writing down a lot of interesting keywords, and I was very interested in the word symbiosis. And then I started digging a little bit deeper in it. And since it was a part of the chapter of More Than Human, talking about nature, I was very interested in the opposite of nature and the artificial. So I thought, let's explore a little bit more of this nature structure. So I went from very big structures like the universe to earth structures to very microstructures or this mushroom structures. But I was very interested in the biological growth. So I started exploring a little bit more in this direction. And here you can see some are very hairy, some are very glibbery. So I thought this could be very interesting for my artwork. And also on the other side, I started exploring more man-made structures, for example, the city structures or very geometrical structures. And I thought it's very interesting maybe to combine this very natural biological structures with geometric repetitive patterns, hard word. What I did, I started to mix up those two different parts. But I also have to say that I was changing these fungal colonies and Photoshop a little bit more and added some colors to it because I didn't want to have this moldy green outcome. I don't think it's very pleasing for most people. And yeah, now I start talking with the first trial. As I said, I used StyleGAN before, and I used Google Colab for the coding environment, TensorFlow as the framework for the training, and also Google Drive, because usually you need a lot of data for the StyleGAN. And I also had to struggle with a lot of bad internet, since I was sitting somewhere between the mountains in Germany, and I don't know if we have any Germans here. They know what I'm talking about. So yeah, and this was actually like very, like, let's say, nerve-wracking, because I had to train the model for several days, and due to the bad internet, it stopped sometimes after 2 hours, sometimes after 8 hours. And then after, I think, in summary, 48 hours of training, which was spread across like over 1 week, this was the outcome. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, this was not what I expected. I expected more like beautiful colors, but it somehow mixed up the color. And I don't really know why. I think because I only had like 100 images as an input, and usually you need like some thousand. And also, I think I trained it too much because it started mixing up those colors. So yeah, now even if you're using StyleGAN, you sometimes get like an outcome you don't really expect. So I tried to find like maybe another technology or another way to create like this very detailed biological structures. And then just like 2 weeks before I started working on this project, Runway, I don't know if anyone here knows Runway. It's like a tool which allows you to explore AI, like generate your own image model or edit videos. So it's like very powerful, and they introduced the Runway AI magic tools. And there I was able to train my data with only like maximum 40 images, and then I also was able to manipulate the outcome of it. So I can highly recommend this tool for everyone who is who doesn't know much about like code or anything. It's like very easy to use and very fun to create your own like piece of art or to edit images and videos. So yeah, now about the final outcome. When I was talking with Martin, we were thinking like, how can we add those images to the book? And we came up with the idea that maybe also this book in itself can tell a story about like how the artwork's involved. So we were thinking we have these 3 different chapters in the book, and we thought if you flip through the pages, you can see the involvement of like how the image is involved and what technology I used for that. So the first part is the first future, where I generated my image model and where I mixed the natural part with the artificial one. So yeah, I used the data. It was 30 images. So some images of the biological, the bacterial structures, and some of the geometrical shapes. And this was the very first outcome of it. And this was actually what I really liked. I think it looked a bit better than the first trial, but it was still very vibrant, and I wanted to have it a little bit more calm. So I was thinking I can use like another tools in this Runway platform in order to explore a little bit further, like how I get like the outcome I really wanted to. Yeah, then I tried or explored a little bit how I can make it a little bit more abstract and a little bit calmer. And you are also able to set certain parameters here, and I tried a little bit around. Like you can set certain moods, like if it's clean or more vibrant. And then there are different styles, like abstract or cyberpunk, or like basically anything you want. And then this was the outcome. It was far closer than what I really wanted, but if you remember what I said at the very beginning, I really want to have these geometrical structures in it, and you cannot really see them here. It's probably because I didn't add enough pictures of it. So I tried to bring back this geometrical structures and repetition. And you can also set certain prompts to it. And then I was exploring a lot of like different prompts, and I somehow, I don't know why, I got stuck into this golden ratio, because I thought everything which has a golden ratio must look good. But it didn't. And at the end I got, I think this repeating geometric pattern, like the simple prompt, was actually the best one. And this was the final outcome of my artwork. So you can, here you can see those repetitive patterns, and it's like very, like much calmer than the very first images. Yeah, but yeah, what do I think about AI and art? Because a lot of people are asking, and especially, I mean, nowadays a lot of people complain about, oh, AI is destroying art. So is AI destroying art? I guess no. Actually, I think it's the opposite. I think this technology enables or makes art accessible to so many more people than it was before. So it's a way to democratize art, and especially such tools like Runway, or like what do we have, like Midjourney, DALL-E, like everyone, or a lot of people I know who were not very involved in art or interested in it, started to finally explore. And I think this is the real beauty it brings. And I also think that, I mean, art evolved within the last thousands of years, and it's always dependent on our history, and like our dependent on our society, on the current culture, and also on emerging technologies. And I mean, if you look back within the last few thousand of years, we used, maybe we started using a stone to create paintings, then we used a brush, and then we started using Photoshop, and I mean, now it's just another technology which helps us creating images. But I mean, maybe now it's the very first time that it's more like a collaboration, like a back and forth. But I think it's just like a short like step, and art will continue to evolve within the next few thousands of years if we survive. And yeah, that's it. Thanks.